Okay, today is the 19th of March 2026. Crazy Global Market Talk with KEL. Crazy anytime, anywhere. Now, today we have a lot of things to share on gold and the Federal Reserve. So you need to stay tuned to listen to what I have to offer. All right, before that, disclaimer apply as usual. Always make sure that you do your risk assessment, all right, in the market. Very, very important. Okay, so let's go into the fundamental first. What's happening overnight? Now, the US Federal Reserve expectedly hold the rate steady. That means they did not cut interest rate. Now, it was because the PPI data came out higher than expected. But one thing to note, the PPI data is higher while the crude oil price yet not went up. So which means that we're going to expect the PPI to be even higher the next time, although the market can be buying into it in advance. So now we all know that the Federal Reserve interest rate that they want to curb is about 2%. But we can see that it's hovering at 2.5% to 3% for quite a while. So if the oil price continue to surge or stay this high at this point, then there will be an issue overall for the inflation side. Now, we do know that oil price last night basically rose 4%. Okay, hold on. We know that the oil price went up by 4% last night because of the Iranian retaliatory strike on the Qatar key energy facility that stoked the supply worries. Now, I've been buying crude oil. Every time it comes down to 92, 93, I'll buy some and I'll sell at 99 and 100. Now, I think this strategy has been pretty good. You look back at the history, you can see that. Now, I'm still very confident that crude oil will still go up to at least 120 to even 130 if this continue. Now, I'm saying this is that only if the war continue. Now, the world economy is different from 2007 and 8, whereby the crude oil went 147. And this time around, it's very clear it's because of the war that's ongoing now that pushing the crude oil price higher. And of course, there's a lot of news coming in from Donald Trump saying that he wants the US allies to come in to support him. But you notice that the allies are not doing that because they know that what Donald Trump will do after that. So many allies are very worried that they know that if they go and support him, things may get into a dicey position for them. So that's why they don't want to do that. And of course, now the missile attack created extensive damage to the housing huge gas plant. So that is the reason why the oil price is going up to 100 level. Okay, take note of that. Okay, so what did the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell says? Now, during his after that, they really tell you they're going to hold the rates, right? During the press conference, okay, it's very, very clear they are pressing him very, very hard. They want him to commit that is there any chance of an interest rate hike? Now, Jerome Powell, being a straight person, he just said that, okay, there could be or there will be an option to do that. But he didn't say that there will be a rate hike. But the media took it up and immediately whacked the market. And that is where you saw gold price, basically coming off. All right. Because when you have interest rate hiking, the dollar will surge. And when dollar surge, right, the gold price will fall. So that is the reason why you saw the gold price coming down last night. Okay. And because of that, right, we can see now, right now, the dot plot, okay? Now, in total for Federal Reserve meeting, there are 19 of them. So all 19 of them, excuse me. So 18 are the presidents of the different states, and then one is Fed chairman. 19 of them come together, and basically it's all right. All of them give a 3.4 medium outlook, all right, on average, yeah? So let's take a look at the dot plot, yeah? Okay, you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of them is looking at 3.75. 7 of them is looking at 3.25. Okay, also another rate cut here. But interestingly, there are 5 of them that are super dovish. They want the rate cut to go down to, if it's possible, below 3%. Now, but you see the majority of them, basically 12 of them, 14 of them, they want the rate to be 3.25 to 3.75. I think this is a very fair rate if they don't want inflation. So to me, this group of people, at least they're still not being crazy here. They know exactly the problem of having rate cuts at this point right now when the war is ongoing. Yeah, because if that is going to happen, the oil price will shoot to the sky. So that is the reason why you can see that they're still pretty sane at this point right now compared to what Donald Trump wants to do. So the question is this right now, we need to know whether Kevin Walsh, will he be coming in to take over this Jerome Powell? Now, why is it not confirmed yet? Because we need the, excuse me, I'm back cough here. Yeah? They need the Congress to give the approval. And of course, he did express his support to lower it. So everybody now is banking on him to come in. All right. But we do know that the personal consumption expenditure has climbed to 2.7% from 2.4% in December. Now, this is exactly what I tell you guys. Today, we are in March right now, right? March, yeah? Now, I already tell you this, by December this year, 2026, we're going to see food prices going up by another 10%, food prices, yeah? Right? Really, this is my personal take, okay? I'm pretty confident that this will happen. So, example, if you have a noodle that's selling at Singapore price, let's say $5, all right, you're going to see at 550 by the end of the year, okay? And those in Vietnam, you're going to see something similar. Now, I have been pretty accurate with this, and I think that's why people like to hear this from me. End of the day, we're talking about reality stuff. You need to find an option to make money from the market to cover this increasing inflation. Your kids, your family need to eat. They need to use money. So if you don't make more money for yourself, then they will suffer by the end of the year. All right, it's something that we cannot change and it will not change. All right, so guys, do more for the market. Yeah. Okay, let's look at gold right now. Okay. Wow, 4865. My goodness. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Now, this morning, I'm very bullish on oil and gold. Sorry, very bullish on bullish. Yeah, with bullish. I'm very bullish on gold. Okay. Why? Let me explain to you the technical reason. Now, first of all, we all know that the gold has been sideways because they're all waiting for the FOMC meeting. That is the reason. And it's too doji, though that's why we have a big movement yesterday. Okay, fine. The market crash, we understand that. But if you look carefully, the KCX now, the green area, where it's very big green, is now weakening. Okay, can you see that? It's now weakening. In fact, itself is almost going off from the chart. So this tells you that the retail yesterday sold a lot of margin calls, a lot of selling, blah, blah, blah. Next, do you realize that the KSI is coming down? Yeah. The KSI is coming down. So that is another reason why the big boys are coming in. Now, the most important thing for today is that the pivot one is at 48, 49. This morning, you can see that the whole day, the market was trying to go through it, and then get pulled back. And now it has brushed past it and staying above it. So this is a very strong indication over here. So to me, I'm bullish on the gold market today as long as it stays above OP. Are we clear on this? Above OP, stay on the long side for today. Yesterday, I was on the sell side. Today, I'm on the long side, the buy side. Yeah. Okay. So this one's very important. I'll take a picture first again. I want everybody to know that what am I saying, because every time when I'm actually telling A, but people interpret to B for some strange reason. Okay. So now that is the day chart technical. Let's go to the 5-minute technical. Yeah. And I'll show you even more interesting stuff. Okay. So how high will it go? Well, let's take a look over here. Okay, so first of all, right, you can see this morning, when the market opened, and then it purposely tapped to KTR -1. When you do that, immediately I know that that is a sign. Why? Because if you look carefully, the KSI was green at that point, and it was surging green when this was happening. So when the market come down, usually indicators like MACD, stochastic, Bollinger Band all come down. That's typical. But yet our indicator got up. So this tells you the boys exalted the buy and pushed the market up. All right. So that's part one. Part two. When the market trigger the OP here, I know that the market is going to move very soon. And the next candle was a confirmation where it stays above the OP. That was a buy. And precisely the market touched KTR plus one. It stays there and holds there, okay? Then this particular candle purposely tapped the pivot one to call for a sell because it break resistance, it pulls back. But the problem is this, it stays above OP, right? Interesting. So now everyone look here yourself. Do you notice this? Yes. The market on this particular candle purposely tapped KTR plus one, and the second candle push past the pivot one very strongly to KTR plus two. Now, because the day chart KSI is red, so KTR plus two must take profit. Yes, must take, because when the KSI is red, all right, if it climbs to plus two, you have to take profit, and this is what happened. Okay? So the market has to take profit. Now, how do we know the market is bullish? Now, this is where it gets very interesting now, everyone. You just have to take this divide by two. That'll give you the midpoint of this push-up, right? If gold hover around here later on and push past KTR plus two and close above KTR plus two, the market is going to go for KTR plus three, and that's 4883. Okay, 4883. Now, I think this will happen later tonight. Now, as long as the market can hover at where I draw the line, okay, it should be somewhere around probably 4855, somewhere around there. Cannot be too sure. Okay, so as long gold can hover above 4855, distinctively a yellow candle, KSI green, I think the gold will retest the KTR plus two again, and if you can close above it, 4883 should be the next number. Okay, all clear? So today I'm giving you a lot of good information today. I really want you to make money out of this, yeah? Now, yesterday we sold gold, we make money. Today we are buying gold to make money, okay? All right, all clear? If all clear, press number 1 right now in the comment box, please. Okay. Now, don't expect the gold price to go up so fast. It's not possible because the market came down quite a fair bit. Now the boys are fighting each other. The bear are selling, the bulls are buying, they are fighting each other. So you cannot expect to see the market flying up. So every KTR takes some profit, pull back, go again, pull back, go again, okay? That is the key point. Don't expect it to fly to the sky immediately. Huh? All right, so that is the gold market that I want to share with you. The next market that I want to talk to you is the Dow Jones, okay? The arrow on the chart that's you saw is the pivot, whereby when the market closes above OP and above pivot, the blue arrow will come out. That's to inform you. It's not a buy signal, it's just to inform you. I mean, by right above pivot 1 is a buy, but it's not a really buy, it's just an information. Yeah? It's not a new feature too, it's just an information for you to take note. Okay? Right, Vijaya? Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, now let's look at the Dow Jones. Now, Dow Jones yesterday come off because obviously we know that the oil price goes up. The higher the oil price go, the worse the Dow should get, right? But not really true. Let me explain to you why. Because now you must understand that in the US component stock, there is also Shell, we have also the Citron, we also have the BP. So all these will eventually benefit from the oil price higher. So there will be a turnaround. And of course, if the economy is okay, then the market will buy into it. So what I'm trying to say is this. I don't think you should sell right now the Dow Jones. If you want to sell, you should sell it when it was here or it was here. You see, when the price was going up, many people called for a buy, but we saw our KSI, it was red, so we sold the market and we benefited using the KCL method. Okay, so now you can see the price is coming down. On this day, when the price was going up again, the KSI was red, so the market came down yesterday exactly to where it's supposed to come down, stop being triggered. So now the stop is being triggered. Let's just watch a very simple thing. You just need to do this. This for PTP students and also for those who are going for CMC, right? Just need to do this. So this is a stop, the lowest point, right? Okay, and then the market on yesterday, the market purposely broke it. So by right, the market should go lower. But if the market stays above 46,300 today, then there could be a temporary retrieve back up again. Now, I'm not being bullish on the US dollar. Don't make me wrong, but I don't think now at this point you should sell the market. Now, this morning I received many people asking me, can they sell the market? I said, no, it's too late. You should have sold it when I was calling for here and here and here. But now we are talking about 46,000 this level. I don't think you should sell. I don't think so. Yeah. So that is my first take here. Don't sell. Okay. And the next thing is I'll tell you that if you look at the chart, the longer time frame, you can see that there is a very interesting reversal at every corner here, and all of them have the same thing. The closing is at the low, and then after that, the market will break high. So I suspect that this is not going to change also. That means that very high chance if the Dow really recover, there is a chance that Dow will go and test back again 47,000 series. So coming from a guy who is very bearish on the US market to tell you to be very careful, I think you should really hit my warning. Now, we have already made money from the sell recently, so now it's time to consider to do a buy from the bottom. Now, the KCX is definitely very green, and you can see for many months, there was no KCX so green. So that means that there is a lot of retailers cutting their position recently, and when retailers are out, the big boys are in, okay? Retailer out, right? The big boys will go in. Okay, so I suspect that the Dow Jones could be recovering in the near term. But of course, again, if there's any company who got into trouble, then of course things will change again. But at the moment now, I really don't think you should sell. I don't think you should sell the Dow Jones at this moment right now. Okay, this is my personal take. And I'll do two more, and that's silver and this Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm having a very bad cough here. Don't know where I caught this virus from. Okay. Okay, so now, excuse me. Now, I have been very bearish on silver. I told you guys to sell silver at $87. It has came down to where we are right now. Now, it has come down to the level that I'm quite happy with. And I can see that the KCX is blinking. The last time we saw this blinking, the market recovered a bit, pull back, and then new movement. So I suspect that this will happen also. I think silver will go back to $82. Okay, this is silver. And I am bullish also, yeah. All right, I'm also bullish. Pardon, the writing is terrible, but this is the only way you have mouse. So I think that silver will bottom out and it will go back to 82 level, okay? Silver to go back to 82 level. I'm pretty bullish here yourself. Okay, on silver, what's the reason? Same thing, because after now the market already know that FOMC meeting is over and all the things going, the market will refocus. I'll tell you this, they'll tell you that, okay, the war is ongoing, so we should buy something that's safe, and they will go and buy into gold. Yeah, it's like that, because why? Now the dollar increase in value, the gold price go down in value, so that means that they can use a stronger dollar to buy the gold and silver. So there will be buying interest in the market. And if you notice this in trading, it's like this, whenever the market is one side, it will go to the other side. Yeah. So that is whereby I think silver can look to buy. Now, again, don't expect it to fly to the sky immediately. It'll take some time because after the market being battered down, usually it takes some time to recover, right? So I think that is the reason. Now, Bitcoin is interesting. Now, Bitcoin shoot up recently from 63,000 all the way to a high of 75,000. If the boys buy, okay. But now the boys are selling, so I don't think so. I think Bitcoin will pull back to 70,000 again. Okay, I think Bitcoin will go back to 10,000 again, right? And we see how it goes. Now, if it stays above the MA30 and start to river, and then this Bitcoin will go back up again to 75,000. But if the market doesn't do that and hang around there, then be careful. 70,000 break, the next number 668, and of course the next number can be pretty scary and go down all the way to 66,000. Okay, so traders, I think you should, for today, watch your OP. If the OP is below OP, then the market should be coming down to 70,000, a psychological level. Yeah. right? If it can go up, then fine. We may see testing up to 72,000 again to 73,000. That's MLP, but I seriously don't think so. Now I know that Michael Saylor has bought in more Bitcoin. In fact, has bought in a lot of Bitcoin at 70,000. So 70,000 is the price that Michael Saylor, right? He bought the share. I mean, he bought Bitcoin 70,000 recently. So look out for the level as a form of holding ground. All right. All right, guys. Thank you very much for coming in for today. Thank you. This is KEL signing off. Take care and wish you all the best in trading. Bye bye.